my channel, Love Storyteller Tarot. My name is Jeanette and this is the elemental reading for the fire signs Sagittarius, Leo, Aries for the month of November 2016. The first message I got come through was that either October or now, October, there was a sense of you not trusting your own intuition. Spirit was sending you messages in your physical world, you know, via synchronicity, with songs or meeting someone, or messages from other people. They're saying you got it, but then you swatted it away like a fly. So you received the message and then swatted it away, and it was like, well, you know, that has no, it has meaning, but it has no meaning, or not wanting to see it, because maybe taking that action or recognizing that message would then you know, put you in a position where you're needing to make a decision for yourself. But change, you know, the universe is asking for change for everybody, but you know, this is the fire sign reading, so that's what came through. So for next month, on your elementals, so if you're this is for sun, moon or rising, it doesn't matter, male or female, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to say, with the male and female energies, like I wrote in my book years ago, 2009, it's, we have the male and the female within us, in each and every one of us, and we're here to balance the two. So, you know, we're always working on that, and that's what I said about the court cards in the other reading. But for next month, because it'll be a year since I've been doing these readings on YouTube, in my own life, I've been doing it since 1997. But if you'd like to, on your sun sign reading, just wish everybody a Merry Christmas, or whatever you wish at Christmas time for people. And if you're interested in a free reading, because I just want to say a thank you for those that have followed me, so I'd like to give back. So if you're interested in a free reading, then just put next to it, yes please, to a free reading in January. It will be done in January. So I will take the your names for the people that put on the comments, and then I'll put it into a box or something. Somebody else can pick it at the end of December, and then you'll be contacted in January whose name was drawn out of the box for a free reading in January. I can't stipulate when you'll get it, but it'll be sometime in January. So if you'd like to do that, then that's my gift back to you. So let's have a look then. What does the fire signs need to know, the most important messages concerning their love life for November, please, Spirit? The most important messages. One of them is about trusting your own intuition. So we have we have the Ten of Wands. This card is all about oppression, about trying to get somewhere, trying to get to his castle. But it's the castle within that you know, because this is a very spiritual card. The wands are very spiritual, but you know, it's to do with creativity, projects, you know, your businesses, but yeah, he's trying to reach the castle, you see, and he's just taken on so much because he feels that, or she, that they've had to do it on their own, that they can't rely on other people. This is somebody who doesn't delegate, that there's a like perfectionist energy there, that it's the mindset and attitude of, oh, if you want a job done well, then do it yourself. And this is why this person has got to this stage, you know. The 9 was about a final test and having the energy to do it. But it's the, what are they trying to say? It's the, oh, it's gone, what they was trying to say. But it's like, it's the worst case thing, as in you've had enough, you don't know if you can make it, but on the other hand, you have made it, you're nearly there. So you just got to keep going, because something's going to break. Because I keep hearing and keep sensing the word tipping point, and number 10 represents a tipping point. It's a bit like the slot machines with the pennies, or the 2 pennies in the arcades, you know, and you're putting them in, and it could be 10 that you put in, and then maybe on the 10th one, that 1 penny will then knock the rest, and then you get a windfall. So it's like, that's where you're at a tipping point. And this is very much oppression and not being able to delegate. I call it the people pleasing card, where, you know, you've just taken on so much, you don't want to say no to people, you don't want to offend them, or this person hasn't, so it could be to do with work. And then the love life gets sacrificed, and then they wonder why they end up being alone, really. So and maybe that's why they were saying about earlier, the message came through about not listening to, you know, the messages. But here he wouldn't be able to see them anyway. He's got his head in there, and he wouldn't be able to see the signs from above. So yeah, this I sense is that's what I call the people pleasing card. But that could be to do with the past, you see. That's where he was heading, she was heading, because we've got the Page of Wands next. So fire again, and we're talking about the fire signs. But there you go, we've got a grounded one, the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe this person is trying hard to start something new. This is the present. This card's very much enthusiastic, and maybe he's trying to get to a place, or she's trying to get to a place, you know, to relight their fire and to find the enthusiasm that they once had at the beginning of a situation where, you know, they had the Ace of Wands, because this person's carrying the Ace of Wands. Maybe they didn't appreciate that new beginning, you know, that can be, that's like burnout. But the Ace is like a new beginning, new enthusiasm. It's the energy. It's like the fire in the belly. It's like, let's get something going. You're getting an idea. You're getting, you know, and yes, this can represent young people, teenagers, students. It can represent that also. But it feels like getting that fire back in the belly and the enthusiasm to move forward, because that's in the present time. So to move forward, the Knight of Pentacles, where, you know, it's more of a steady pace. It's more of baby steps, action steps. This is like burnout. It's like, oh, doing too much, and this is like more discerning and thinking, right, I've got this one coin, what am I going to do with it? I need to focus, because he's looking at it, he's focusing. The Knights are about commitment, a commitment to a project, a commitment to a cause. His visor's up, you know, he's got nature in his visor, different to the Knight of Cups that has got wings. So this guy is very grounded, very industrious, works hard, works with concrete evidence, and comes under the sun sign Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, that very earthly energy. And you know, it could be like ploughing the fields, ready to plant the seeds, because we're in autumn, so this is harvest time. So maybe he's got, even though the horse has got nature in his hair, so maybe this is the coin that he's got an idea to move forward with. But you know, his visor's up, he's looking to the future, because this is the future. He's looking to the future, but he wants to go steady. He doesn't want to be the knight and full force into it. So maybe this person did in the past, just is like, oh, gets an idea, you know, that fire energy, gets an idea, jumps into something, and then loses all the enthusiasm. So, and maybe has learned a lesson. Or will be, no, has learned a lesson. Yeah, around you know, around this the ten of coins, around family life, family situation, but it's to do with work, because it's coins, it's something tangible. It's about the work life. You know, it's about work-life balance, because they're both 10. They're both 10s, and trying to please everybody, and wanting to. It's about, like, that can like be the Joneses, competing against the Joneses, and all the material world of, oh, you've got to go one better. And then the pressure of that, and just wanting the best for your kids, and like competition, and because half of 10 is 5 is that competitiveness, and this is all to do with family, and the idealistic family of you know, 2.2 kids, a dog, and all that illusionary stuff that messes you all up, and then pretending that everything's great when underneath it's not. So, but both 10s are completion, so something is coming to completion. Part of it has, but part of it's still to come, and I can't remember which reading it was. I think the 10s was, or maybe it was a private one, I can't remember. Let's get to this one. Yeah, it's to do with working hard, maybe putting work before love, and then that cost you in the past. It cost you. Because like that can be like a workaholic. It can be because you're afraid of true intimacy, which is, it's not about the sexual side of a relationship, it's about sharing your emotions. So let's just go to work, and let's just build the material, and let's just make out to the world that we've got a lovely home, a lovely car, a lovely family. But inside those four walls, we don't talk to each other, we don't sleep with each other, we don't care about each other. you know, because they're frightened of sharing. True intimacy is sharing of one's feelings, true feelings, and that's scary for some people. So, but the blindfold's on, and this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, where you've done it yourself. You tied yourself up in knots on a mental level over a situation you don't want to see. You don't want to see. You're scared. What's the saying? Fear, false evidence appearing real. This is like, you don't know the facts, but you're just wrapping yourself up in worry, because this is like a worry card, restrictions, but it's of your own doing. That's what's at the heart of the matter around this family situation, or around this idealistic, you must be married by a certain age, you must have 2.2 children by a certain age, you must have a nice property, a nice car in the drive, money in the bank, otherwise you're not successful. Ooh la la, it's a load of rubbish. One person's success compared to another person's success can be totally different. Your success is whether you have peace of mind in any situation, not what you've got on a material level. But this is what's underneath it, and the heartbreak. This is what's at the heart of the matter. Is, you know, idealism, idealistic thinking, and going with the rest of the crowd. You know, this is what gets you entrapped in these swords and feeling this way, but it is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And we got the Three of Cups, so this is what's going on now. So, you know, this is about raising a glass on an emotional level, raising a glass to the feminine. They're all women here, to your feminine side of who you are, your emotions. This is like celebration on emotional level. This can also say that a relationship the three is worth, you know, is worth carrying on with, because this is the future, but at a pace that's more steadfast. At a pace that's more steadfast, not the fire energy of whoosh in and then, you know, everything crumbles. This is the energy you need to draw on for the future. And this is like community and women and the you know, that feminine energy, love and support. So maybe you need the love and support from the feminine energy, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. It's, you know, you're wanting or needing that support from your community or the people around you, but it's very nurturing, because it looks like it's all women anyway. It's very nurturing. That could come under a group, but yeah, all your girlfriends, you know, your feminine, your girlfriends, going out and nurturing each other. So emotionally, yeah, this is the what's known as the walking away card, really. But it you know, there is one cup missing there, or it's showing that this person's walking away from, you know, there's one cup that over this side, so this one's walking away from the 8, which is where there's been some sort of imbalance, because there's not a cup here, and then you're like, the next one after 8 is 9, so you're heading, that hasn't worked, you're heading towards the 9 on an emotional level. It's upright and it's to do with the past. So can you see all those cards? Yeah. It's to do with the past, to do with the past, walking away maybe emotionally from this idealistic view of trying to please people or a partner on a material level. Maybe you've grown and developed and it's like, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not interested in the high maintenance of that side of life, you know, maybe, because this can be a very spiritual card. This can be like a spiritual quest as well, like oh, forget that word always, begins with a P. Oh, it's gone. But yeah, it can be that. It can be, you know, going on a spiritual quest and moving away from competition and the Joneses and who's got a better car, who's got a better house, because this is all about collaboration. So this is the here and now. So maybe this person, because we've got 2 3s, is about moving towards collaborating, recognizing that you can't do everything on your own and getting the support from other people is what these cards are saying. You know, something's been recognized. You're wanting recognition for your hard work, and you're prepared to work hard. You know, you're walking away from the past now, and you're walking towards a partnership, collaboration, a teamwork. You know, you want a relationship where there's teamwork, because there hasn't been. There's been an imbalance in the relationship. There's one person's been giving and the other's been taking, and that can be the way it is at certain times in the relationship, but not when it's continuous, really. Yeah, we got the 8 of Queens again. So Queens again. This is the 3 that goes to the 8. So you miss out the 4, 5, 6 and 7. The 6 is all about giving, and yeah, because these are like, well, both of them can be seen as the Apprentice card, because this is the new beginning of something, and then this is where you know, you're paying attention to detail, you're being prudent, you know, you're saving and spending, there's a balance, and you know, you're working hard. But it can also be the boredom card and the restless card of what's next, what's coming next. So there is security around that. What else is it saying? It feels like, I'll get the other cards out, but it feels like, you know, this people pleasing and not being able to delegate, carrying things on your shoulder, your own shoulders, and thinking that, you know, you want a job done right, do it yourself, you know, has caused this self-imprisonment on the mental level. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy of thinking things a certain way, and then, but they're not. In reality, they're not. Things are going okay work-wise. This is the present, so you've just got to take the blindfold off. You've just got to take the blindfold off and see what's around you, is what they're saying. Because the first message was, which this is at the heart of the matter, is that you're not seeing the messages. Well, how can you? You know, his head's down, she's got a blindfold on, so you're not seeing the messages from your own guidance, your own guides that are trying to help you. So what's going on underneath? What you're unconscious about or not aware of is how I see this card. You know, it's the Ace of Cups. It's the energy. It's the energy. Something's bubbling. Excitement starting to come. You know, this can be quite overwhelming. So it's like when something new's coming, you can feel your heart chakra opening. You're getting butterflies in the stomach. You're sensing something that maybe you're not. It's not showing up on a material, concrete level at the moment. But you're sensing something. You're getting excited, and you feel the stirring of love coming in. So, and it is this is the beginning. You know, this is the hand of the universe, your guides from above, and they're saying, you know, they're saying here, they're giving it to you. Here it is. Are you going to take it, or are you going to be caught up in the past? And are you going to take this blindfold off and start to celebrate? Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to be happy. Put the reins on and enjoy what, you know, a different pace. Go at a different pace to what you're used to and what you've been doing. There's no rush. Yes, time is going quickly, but there's no rush. And you know, the strongest relationships are those that take their time and they build something. They build. You know, this guy this guy's about commitment. He's steadfast. He's loyal. He's offering something. And this is the ace, and this is the ace that represents the Ace of Coins here. So it's something to do, they're both aces. On a practical level, he's offering something, he's committing, and it's to do with love. So maybe you haven't met this person yet. This can be anything from around the late 20s to the late 30s, age-wise, but doesn't have to be. It's about commitment. It can be somebody that's mature in age, but they haven't got to the king stage. You know, they're just learning. They're learning a new way themselves. About maybe before, you know, fools rush in. That was their pattern in the past, and now they're trying to do it differently, so that they can have continuous celebrations on an everyday level, you know, and be prepared to work for it, because this card is about working for it, working damn hard for your goal and your celebrations of love. So yeah, because he's got the one coin and that's the card in between. So don't, maybe some of you beat yourself up, and you don't take time to stop and smell the roses or see the beautiful autumn trees that are there, and you know, celebrate the small things in life. Celebrate if you are in a relationship that you're waking up to somebody, and how grateful to be with somebody. There are a lot of people out there that are single and are on their own and have been in single cycles for a long time, and yes, maybe some of them have you know, that self-fulfilling prophecy because of the way they think, and think that they have to do everything on their own instead of collaborating, joining forces with somebody. But this newness is bubbling. It's underneath and it's bubbling. Something new is coming in where love's concerned. So let's have a look what these cards want to say. How are we for time? The sun's shining on me. So, but it's a beautiful day here. The sun's shining, but it's cold. But I like it like that. So I feel great excitement. I have for the last 3 months. What it's about, I do not know. But there you go. Yeah, see, this is, I see for me, you know, people read cards differently, but when your guides know you and what you've learnt or from day one, and then you start to pick up on what it feels for you, because they know you, your own guides know you best. So for me, somebody else might read it differently, but for me, this is about, it's about wisdom, you know, being wise, delegate. You don't have to people please. You don't have to say yes to everything. You can say no. This is a pattern that needs to be broken, because then you get that mental pattern, a self-fulfilling prophecy of, oh, why does this always happen to me? But it's all about intuitive awareness. And you know, the bird sits quietly, and I'm sure it's the owl that can turn its head all the way around that way and all the way around that way. So it's about the peripheral. It's about seeing things, because his head's in the thing. It's about getting your head up and seeing what's around you. Like I said before, take the blindfold off and see what's around you. Because this is a card of wisdom, but it's also a card, for me now, it represents anxiety and fear and gossip. So that's what it represents for me. So this person might be somebody who suffers from anxiety, but they don't show it, they hide it, but it, you know, in their four walls, they put on a bravado that everything's fine outside in the material world. Oh, and look at us, and everything's fine, but inside, no, it's a mask. It's a mask, because they don't feel good enough, and that's why they've got low self-esteem, but they're wanting to find that something. They want to choose just the one and follow that, rather than having all these options. So yeah, there's anxiety. This person suffers from anxiety. They're in fear of people gossiping about them. They do care what people say about them. And yeah, this is representing the past, but I try not to. It just all blends, really. So it could be that's what's happened in the past. So, and then they're fearful of that it will happen again. It's something about keeping up with the Joneses, and something to do with childhood and not feeling good enough. They might have all this wealth, but I'm sensing they're lacking love. They're lacking love. It is on offer, but they're not seeing it. They're not seeing it. Yeah, the heart of the matter is that, you know, Spirit is saying, take the blindfold off and take another path. What did I hear the other day? And sorry, I can't give credit to it, because I can't remember who it was, but it wasn't me, but it was someone that I was listening to, or I read in a book, that they said, you know, their mentality thinking was, oh well, I've made my bed, I'll have to lie in it. And then who was it? And then someone said, this other person said, well, you know, you can change the sheets. And I thought that was brilliant, because you get into these mental states and think, well, no, I've made my bed, I have to lie in it. I made a choice, I walked, you know, away from something, and now I have to. But you can choose again. You can change the sheets. You can choose a different path. Okay, you made a choice. and maybe it wasn't the right one for you, but you can now take the blindfold off and say, okay, I'm going to choose a new direction, I'm going to choose a new path, because those two together, that is about choosing the wrong path, but we were talking about the past there and the future here. So I think what it's saying is, you know, you can choose another one. Maybe you made that choice out of anxiety and what social, you know, community and people around you would think, because, you know, maybe you made that unconscious choice to be with somebody. But you can choose again, they're saying. You know, get your head up and look what's around you, because something's on offer that you're probably not seeing. Lola Bear, you sit down, I'm doing a reading, thank you. And I'm channeling, and I don't like to stop the flow. Right, so this maybe is representing, because pages can be children, you see, so this can be a physical baby then, a child. You know, this can represent a child, a young person, or in some cases it can be that it's something that's in its early stages. Sorry if you can hear her drinking water. So yeah, water's very purifying. But yeah, so this is probably a young child then, a young person, and there's worry around that. So maybe for some of you that have children then, and maybe they're going off, because this is the future, maybe they're going off, you know, into the future. Maybe some people are leaving home then, that could cover that really. Yeah, because it is to do with business. So I did say that this person's very much about the business, about, you know, this is how to make money, an idea how to make money, to bring something in on a material level, and this can come under the professional card. So yeah, maybe some people see, even when they are grown up, going to university and whatever, because this is somebody of enthusiasm, and yes, it can be a message, but it's not saying, you know, it's a child. So maybe, you know, you still see your grown-up child as a child, and it's like, oh, don't leave the nest, what am I going to do? You know, it's seeing them growing and developing and thinking, oh, what about me? Lola, go and lie down, please. Lie down. Yeah, so maybe it's to do with that. They're off. Maybe they finished their apprenticeship. Now they're, you know, they're going into work. They're going that. I haven't got a pause on my camera, you see, so I can't pause. Sorry about that. See, the moon's about opportunity. It's about opportunity, good fortune, in this deck anyway. It's about something unfolding, because moons are very much about cycles. You know, you get so many different cycles throughout the month. I only cover the new moon and full moon, but you know, so you get your quarters and everything. So it's something around the family, something around the family as a family unit, or how you see things. But a new pathway is unfolding, because the moon is about unfolding. It's about yeah, a new lifestyle perhaps, or a change, something there. They won't show me everything, because that's what the private readings are for. Yeah, something That's unknown. See, this can be like publishing, a writer. Writing is a profession, so journalism, could be journalism. I'm just giving a few examples, but yeah, that's definitely a profession. So something to do with writing a book, or maybe writing, that's the work that they're going to be considered doing. Yeah, because it's to do with community, so it's to do with a group where they're, you know, in the future going to have to be working hard. But there's a celebration. So maybe they qualify. I'm just getting a sense like qualifying a new for some, because it's a general reading. Maybe this love doesn't come in yet until, because this can be a change of feelings, this can be psychic abilities awakening. It's a new beginning on an emotional level. So maybe for some of you, you know, a child is leaving to go off into their own world, into their own life, you know, but something new is coming in, and this is about friendship, a loyal companion, and this is about walking away from it. In the past, maybe there was something there, but you walked away, or they walked away due to pressures, due to not feeling good enough, or something to do with the family. Maybe a family member didn't agree with it, and said, well, you know, you needed to be friends, really, not take it any further. I don't know. Oh, to do with the heart. Yeah, see, collaborating with your own heart, and listen to what your own heart's saying. So this can be symbolic to follow your heart to do with work. Yeah, follow your heart to do with work hard, or it could be that you'll find someone, you'll find somebody on a heart level to collaborate with, someone that matches you, but these two together would be a friendship, see, because that's saying down there, yeah, something to do with the friendship. That would suggest the early stages of something, having to go down a new path, get out of the child mode thinking, get into your adult self, take the blindfold off, knowing you can change your sheets, to go down a new path, because that would say that a relationship is ending, or you need to go down this new path to find this new love, to find this new love. And this is all about security, and this is a secure relationship, and this seems to be to do with work. So maybe you'll find that, yeah, this is steadfastness, Maybe you find it, because the other one, what was the full moon reading or new moon one, was something around networking. So anyway, let's move on quickly. So this is about new love for the feminine, whichever same-sex couples or whatever, doesn't matter, it's the feminine energy. There's new feelings, new love for her coming in. So let's just pull a few cards. No matter if I try and do these readings shorter, they don't happen. So ah, dear me. Right, let's have a look at this. Okay, it's the past, but let's just have a look, see what that's saying. The dog and the 8 of Cups. It's the most important message, please. Right, we've got a page again. This page though can be someone who's immature, you see, because it's showing up as a page. So they can be situations, and maybe somebody, a friend in the past, said something harshly, because this person's on guard. They're on guard, so maybe this person, you know, was always on guard concerning love because of the family unit they had before, or how somebody viewed them. Like I said, they didn't want people to gossip about them. They're people pleasers, so that would hurt them. They're codependent because they're more concerned about other people's lives than their own. But yeah, so maybe this sword is about, that can be harsh words, a harsh message from this friend. This is in reverse, yeah, because they're, you know, in upright, this is somebody who's brave, you know. In a way, they've taken that blindfold off that was over their eyes, and they've lifted it up, and it's on their head, and they're seeing things clearly, and they've been brave and courageous. You know, you could see that that's a wound on their head, but then it would represent the mentality of a situation, not an actual physical wound on the head. So, but in reverse, they're not they're not courageous. They don't have the strength. That's about the last test. It's about, okay, one more test to go. And in reverse, it's like I'm walking away from it because it's just too much for me. It's just too much for me. So something's been too much for somebody around tradition, because this can be very much tradition, around conforming, but it is in reverse, and there's somebody who doesn't like to conform, but maybe there's somebody that doesn't like to conform, but they have conformed because of out of appearances, is what I'm getting with that. But it's either someone or you that's walked away from that because of harsh words that were said out of defense, really, because they push people away. They push people away. They don't have the knowledge, because this card's very much about knowledge. They don't have the knowledge to deal with it. They wouldn't know how to deal with the situation, especially if it was emotional. So let's have a look, see what's the Ace of Cups in this woman is about. Oh, Sword of Truth. This is victory. So we've got two aces here. So the feminine is really sharp. What's going on underneath? You know, she's really sharp, really. So what's this for then? You know, Take the blindfold off. This is somebody who doesn't want to see. They're scared because they're assuming something from the past is going to happen again. But she's not. This is clarity. This is victory. This is the victory wreath that's on the Six of Wands. So it's the sword of truth, as I call it, and you know, it's pointing to heaven. So it's your higher self. It's your higher thoughts. Around the King of Cups. Now he was in the one I've just done now, the new moon reading in Scorpio. Around this King of Cups. There's a new beginning around this King of Cups. Oh, and there's the Queen of Cups. So that's a couple. That's a couple. So by speaking your truth, by the feminine speaking her truth, she gets this new beginning, and the King of Cups shows up. So it's somebody, because I'm sensing that to be the Emperor, I think a lot of the male energy is has been working on the wands, the coins, and the wands, the coins, and the swords, but they haven't been working on the cups, and they need to be the King of Cups before they can be the Emperor, is what I'm sensing. And then that's a couple, you see. Doesn't have to be the water signs, but it could be, which is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. But it's saying to me that this is two people that speak their truth. They're mature. These are two emotional, mature people, this couple is. So that is lovely to see. Lovely to see. So shall we have a look? What's the time? I've got to get the other ones out. Let's have a look at the Eight of Swords, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, that just wanted to jump out again. It came up reverse. It's a page again. We've got a page there, so maybe it is around children. Page there, we've got a page there. But this is something needing to get something off the ground. Go back to school, study, not wanting to look at something. What isn't she wanting to look at? Not wanting to look at something. There's a new pathway, that's going to be, that's obviously, there's a message that needs to be, yeah, this is definitely a message. This is a physical message. To go down this new path, somebody needs, well, I think it's this woman, because that's the woman on there. This woman needs to send a message of truth about how she feels to this guy, because she's not, it's reversed, and that's about messages, and that's about things can happen swiftly. So if you do send the message, then something will happen swiftly, but it won't if you don't. This new pathway can't open up quickly, because this is about back and forth. So it could be text messages, back and forth. It's travel. You know, these are things that are in the air, so they're not grounded, they're not on the ground. And when you think about a text message, well, they're not, are they? It's like going back and forth. It's in the air. It's the virtual world, is, you know, and yeah, it can mean an actual flight, but this is about a message, a physical message. And if it's sent, things will happen swiftly. This new pathway, yeah, this new pathway will open up, and justice will prevail, because of the she's got the sword there. She's got the sword there. So I think it's the feminine, seeing these cards down here for this new beginning and what's going on underneath. Maybe it's the feminine that needs to send what she's feeling via a message, so that things can be balanced, and then you've got your two mature couple, emotionally mature couple, that work together, so maybe it's that. Let's have a look at the no, it's 5-2 already, so let's have a look at the romance angels. What does the romance angels want to say for the fire signs? Well, there's definitely some chemistry there. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So that's good, because you need the chemistry. You need that enthusiasm to connect with somebody. So, but you can't do, just because there's chemistry, you can't do the quick thing. You've got to do more of the take your time thing and let it unfold, just because there's chemistry, because you don't want to be recreating the past. You know, you've got the Cupid's arrow here. And we've got children come up again, so this is definitely something around children. Maybe a child had a say to do with this friendship. Remember I was saying something that maybe one of the family members wasn't happy about it, and maybe a child said something. Not too sure, but yeah, there's definitely, your love life is being affected by children. This can be your own inner child, you know, the wounded inner child from your own past and your upbringing and own hurt. So it can be to do that with that, or it can actually be your own physical children. But yeah, there is chemistry, they're saying, but your love life is being affected by children. So whether something's been said and you didn't know about it, I don't know, because this can be a marriage. It says a wedding. This situation involves a marriage, so this can be for couples. This can be for couples. So it could be different scenarios. You know, are you trying for a child and then that's getting in the way? But you know, they're saying there is chemistry there, and this could be your parents' marriage, you know, because you as a child, the inner child, and how you were brought up, and did they divorce and how that affected you. They say children are very resilient, but if that's the case, then they might be resilient on a physical level, but if that's the case, why are there so many people that you know, have the wounded child within and causes so much problem in relationships? So but they're saying stay optimistic about your love life. So it might be something to do with a child going off, or it could be a child that is not happy about somebody new, that was a friendship. Might be causing problem, whether knowingly or if you're not speaking to that person, you wouldn't know. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, and that's what the Ace of Cups is there for. So stay positive. If you want to ask your questions for this reading, then in some shape or form this will be your answer to the best that it can be. So what's the what does the fire signs need to know concerning this reading? It's a yes. It's a yes, but if you need more clarity, then you can ask more questions. Now, do we go on and ask, do we get another card, or do we leave it at that? Because that's a yes, but you need you could ask more questions on that. Okay, let's just say, can we have some clarity on the yes? Maybe it will give you an answer that you're searching for. Big happy changes. Oh my God, I feel this is the best card out the pack. This is the one I first pulled when I got these over a year ago. So yeah, that was the very first card that came out. So, and it does state that there are big happy changes ahead. So you've got to believe whatever that yes was, that was your clarity really. So let's just finish with these cards quickly. Only because my thing only goes for 1.4, and then my sister moans at me because she has enough work to do as it is. Yes, Lola, I'm coming. Let's just give these good people a miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. Because on here there's a ship. On here there's something else. I can't see properly all of them, but everything has its blessings. Let's have a look. Number 13. 1 and 3 is 4, which is about stability. So maybe something stable's coming in, or things are going to stabilize. Everything has its gift. You drew this card because you have many miracles happening in your life right now. The angels are asking you to look at how things are. Remember the 8 of Swords in there. Look again, look again. You will find that your life has been filled with many miracles and blessings. So I think that's a lovely card to end on. There we go. I hope it has served you, and that your month of November brings you great miracles and blessings and lots of love, because there is big happy changes in the cards. Okay, lots of love. Namaste.